Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Top Deck Monthly Cup Semifinals. We got a good match for you today between Tom Keaten and Jason Deng. Joining me as co-commentators, we've got my boy Colin. What's up, dude? How you doing?
Not bad. Excited to see some Netrunner.
All right. And we got someone who was featured last week, Mr. Dan Spinosa. How you doing, sir?
Good. Thanks very much for having me.
Let's go ahead and jump into these player profiles and see what we got going today. First, we're going to start with the first time featured match player, Tom Keaten, a.k.a. Venali. This is a player that me and Colin are very familiar with. He's from Houston, which is where I'm from. Colin's from Austin, right down the road. So Tom's actually one of those players that he's been a really solid player for a really long time, but he's just he's a family man. He's got a lot going on. Doesn't really get outside of Texas as far as nationals and worlds type stuff. But man, he's been just killing it in Texas for a long time, and it looks like this year he's gonna be attending his first worlds. Unfortunately, he's gonna be judging, which I'm sure he's happy about, but I'd like to see him in the tournament. Colin, you got anything to say about Tom that I didn't already hit on?
He kicked my ass at Dallas. So, he took down Dallas this year, and that was a pretty tough field.
Dallas is always pretty tough. I feel like, Dallas is usually a solid crowd. I'll say that the year before that, he knocked me out of Swiss in Dallas. So I'm still gonna root for you, though, Tom. You're my Texas boy, so I gotta pull for you.
You got a Pirates hat on. I don't know if you were aware of that.
Yeah, it's complicated. I'm from Pittsburgh, but I've been in Texas for quite a while now. So, all right, so we got Titan and Adam. Anything you guys want to comment on the lists?
Yeah, Adam is great, and everyone should play him. I love the pick of Adam in the meta because he is a breaker, and that's pretty good right now. I don't necessarily know how good it's going to be against controlling the message because of the downside of neutralize all threats. But against Titan and a lot of other things, Adam is just rolling all over people, and I love that he's getting more popular because I think he has more early game pressure than just about anybody else. And especially now when, criminals are losing Siphon, or everyone's losing Siphon, but a lot of other runner factions are losing their power cards that made them have more things to attach to the run. Adam's stock rises as his innate multi-access and free information becomes more valuable.
Agreed. I noticed that in today's corp landscape, I've been leaving my HQ open just a ton because you don't have to worry about account siphon and there's a lot of multi-access that's not available to certain runners. But Adam's one of those runners that you definitely can't do that with
because he'll just walk all over you.
All right,
I think corporate defector is pretty key. The card really impressed in that specific deck since you have so much HQ pressure that you can choose your find the truth runs pretty judiciously if you know what's in hand.
Yeah. Also want to point out that Tom, such a family man, he didn't even have a picture of just himself. So we got a lovely picture of him and his wife. It's a family-friendly stream. All right, so we've seen Jason, I think, multiple times, two times already, or maybe it was just once as a feature, but not going to go over his many accomplishments again because I think we all know he's been beasting lately. So it looks like he's playing Haley again, which he's been playing, I think, since the beginning of the tournament. Very similar deck list, not card for card the same, but pretty similar. And then his corping this time is CTM, which is this is the first time he's brought that one.
I'm curious if he's decking against Adam with that. If you get one of those tag me agendas when you trash stuff, it's feels really good in against Adam.
Yeah, well, I know that Tom's games have been streamed by somebody else, like a friend of his has been streaming his games, and both times he brought the same Adam list. So.
Yeah, I think he's on sim lists all the way through.
Yeah.
So it's possible we got maybe Jason making a meta call.
No, it's also
me, I would definitely be teching against him.
Yeah, it's definitely worth noting, however, that the Adam deck that that's being played here by Tom. Man, I'm like all name mixed up. The deck that's being played by Tom doesn't necessarily need to focus on assets early as long as things don't get out of control. So he doesn't have to play that game unless the game gets too far ahead of him early.
I just think if they sneak points off board, and then like whenever you're forced to tag or trash, you get tagged twice. Theoretically, it gets like pretty bad for him. Would be my guess.
Let me double check. Does he have any additional copies of? Let me see here. Any additional copies of Neutralize All Threats? He does not. So if he wants that, he's got to start with it.
My guess is like he's not choosing always be running. That seems to be the call.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on how ham you think people are going to go with Never Advanced Rush, but like, you neutralize all threats, one of the main reasons to play Adam, so he's got to start with it.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else that you guys want to add before we get this ball rolling?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's roll.
All right. Oops, that's not the right screen. It's not a top deck stream unless I fuck something up. All right.
See, but you got to do man behind the curtain so people don't know.
All right. And we're about to start rolling. So Adam's going to choose his directives, which as we anticipated. Yeah, so no always be running.
Yeah.
Yeah, all old beep boops. This is the new standard. Find the truth is such a non-negative in Adam. Oh, look, I drew this card that you were 99% sure I had anyway.
Yeah, there's not a lot of surprises in Adam, I wouldn't think.
No, I mean, like, at least this list feels fairly stock at this point.
Oof, look at this opener for Jason.
Has he mulled?
Yeah,
I think he...
mulled into a pretty bad hand.
Now, he can't just go ham and just do the never advance on the AR security and put, like, the Mumbad virtual tour in there with it or something.
Yeah, I'm icing HQ and going virtual tour AR in the same remote.
Yeah.
Oh, he's... Okay. Okay, so Jason's saying he doesn't know the Adam cards, so he's reading the directives right now.
Now, this is a pretty decent hand for Adam to open, an Adam player to open with. The Mad Dash is already in hand. The deuces to either accelerate or look at ice, and the career fair with the liberated account to have something to do with the clicks that you don't run. This is real solid. He can get all the cards out of the hands to be able to start drawing right away.
Yeah, I had this as close to borderline, but like I'm not very good at Adam.
Because of the Mad Dashes, probably, because they're not...
Yeah, you have 2 bananas.
Yeah.
And like deuces you want to hold for when you're tagged.
Right. But yeah, that career fair liberated is it's a pretty good start. And you got the draw with the deuces.
Alright, this is super aggressive by Deng.
Yeah, he's gonna...
And this is exactly what I was bringing up earlier, is that I feel like for the CTM deck
God, look at this.
to work, they got to sneak out one of these AR
Oh my
enhanced
God.
securities.
Oh my God, look at that.
I think you snap pay 3. Yeah.
Yeah, but the free GFI is still pretty damn good.
The free GFI is excellent, but this was definitely a sequencing error in my opinion.
Yeah, sad face.
I think you definitely click at least once before you run, or you don't install.
Yeah, I agree with that. Things just got real weird.
Well, at least he picks up the agenda. He also prevents. He's going to prevent the score of the AR enhanced security, so he can possibly pick that up on turn 2.
He probably won't check it though, is the issue.
God, I feel like he should. I just feel like that every time I've played against this CTM, they always try to sneak one of these out, and it makes the game just like twice as hard.
Yeah,
I'm definitely on the check face downs plan versus this deck.
Yeah, because there's nothing that you're worried about. Like, not as far as like, they're not running anything that, they're not running a snare or something like that.
MVT is pretty bad.
That's true. But you know what? If you don't have 5 credits, it's not that big of a deal.
Things just got weird.
Yeah, he gets the early AR.
Seems so crucial with this deck.
Now, as long as Adam can maintain, or as long as Tom can maintain the advantage, we should be in pretty good shape here. As far as him being able to, check things or even be forced to trash things and still be pretty okay.
Yeah, I'm on the trash pack campaign and get deuces value.
Yeah. That'll also help with deuces value.
Yeah.
He elects to jack out.
Yeah, I don't go through there. I don't think that's where you want to spend your deuces.
Yeah.
See, this is why I maybe do things a little differently, because I just go ham. I want that HQ access every turn by any means necessary.
This is gonna suck. So he's stuck with a tag. Okay.
Yeah, you can deuces out of the tag.
Yeah, but then he still gets the safety first draw.
Yeah.
So
I think I trashed the pad campaign to trigger Find the Truth, and then I credit up that turn.
yeah, I think maybe he was worried that there was another face down agenda or something like that, possibly.
I just let him have it. What's the worst case? It's a deal.
Well, another AR makes things pretty tough as far as trashing goes.
That's true.
Corporate defector.
And especially since he ran HQ and found an agenda, and then there was an agenda on the remote, it makes you feel like possibly he was
Got them all. Two? I don't know about that. Oh, well, here comes crazy biased value.
And this one is the one that... Okay, so he's going to pick resource and gain 6 credits. Net 4.
It's 2 free.
No, sorry.
Oh. Net 10?
12.
He's going to net 10.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to net 10.
Dang.
It's a pretty good value.
Normally that's a mid to late game card, but Adam kind of walks right into this.
That's the other reason why I've really been enjoying Tapworm lately and a lot of runner decks, because people are like, bias reporting. I'm like, cool, you can have $15. I'm okay with that. You do you, bro.
I get that 15 back over time, right?
I'm investing in our shared future together.
All right, so what do you think about this include of corporate defector?
I love it.
Is that just
I
a
think
mad dash?
That actually
card?
it helps the deck a ton. No, it lets you know how much you have to pressure HQ through ice, right?
Okay.
And it also kind of gives the corp a weird find the truth. So we're all both playing the same, more exposed information game. Especially if people are digging for answers, you're seeing whatever options they are drawing.
Right, which seems worse for the corp.
Right. Because like if you find the truth and see the top card that they're going to draw, and then you see that they draw into the hard hitting news, you can alter your behavior to hedge that now.
Mm-hmm. I love Maryland campaign in these sideways decks. The ability to shuffle it back into RD is just it's pretty clutch.
Just the shuffle's pretty clutch right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really want like access to agendas at some point if you're wompoing and DBSing. I don't know. Like if I see like a global food, I'm tempted to get Deuce's value and go through the Data Raven.
Yeah, because especially with the Dan the power of Dan DiArgenio backing you up.
Exactly. You can get some exposed value and make an HQ run.
So I'm not super tuned into Adam. What is up with Crypsis? How does that fit into Adam's game plan?
So eventually you need like a universalist breaker. And there's not a lot of great options. Crypsis kind of stinks, but it doesn't require you to already be doing well, like things like Overmind did. And if you have turns where you're just kind of sitting back and doing nothing, you could just pop a counter on it. Mm-hmm. And if you're dripping lots of money, eventually you'll be sitting on whatever you need to burst through. It's not ever meant to be a mainstay. It's always meant as a backup or an emergency breaker.
Gotcha.
Man, Deng calling the question super hard here.
Look at that toll booth. That's Lumen Large. And now the foods are gone.
So Wampoa putting the foods back into the deck.
And now my favorite console in Netrunner goes down. God, I love that car. I love Brain Chip so much.
Yeah, I mean he's getting crazy value right now. So he, like from Tom's point of view, he bottomed 2 agendas there. Like I think he cleared Flood is how I read that. And then he shuffled. So R&D should be live again.
Yeah. He's going to say, you should check this or I get a free agenda.
He's going to have a hard time. Well, yeah, the paper clips.
Now, of course, Tom doesn't know this, but he could special order for Inversificator and just waltz through this server.
Yeah, what he's paying?
He's
6.
He's paying a lot.
5 twice, so he's paying 16 to get in.
But an agenda is an agenda is an agenda.
Okay, he's going for it. Where are we running? He's got R&D value? Nope. Just getting set up.
Rough.
Well, that was unfortunate that he got what he needed, but
I mean, like, I think it's real hard to make that run.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's miserable, but
yeah.
Any future ones, like, what's the worst case? You hit Turnpike. So if you run in 3, you're probably fine. Like, I don't know that I let him have Wampoa.
yeah, that might be worth the use of the other juices to clear the tag.
I mean, you have Scarborough at this point, too. Like, arguably the pad can stay, especially since you're paying for AR tags, but
Yeah, the combination of AR with CTM is brutal. That's why the time is nigh for misdirection.
truth. Yeah, Jason making the right play here. You should know there's no agendas.
Right, he's been seeing every card on the top of R&D.
Yep, he's made a find the truth run every turn.
Oh, going back to our previous discussion of Crypsis, even though Crypsis is pretty bad, generally speaking, Crypsis allows you to play multi-threader without interfering with counters on overminds or things like that.
Gotcha.
Because you don't need to leave MU slots open for it.
Or get super lucky in the early game.
Correct.
I mean, even a versificator here is pretty, mediocre. It's toll booth on R&D. Here it comes. Do you swap this? I feel like you have to, right?
I feel like you got to blind pull the outside ice on R&D on R in the remote because he knows that the inner ice is another toll booth because he saw it.
Yeah. But then, you want to do double toll booth server? I think I moved the toll booth to R&D.
Looks like no swapsies.
Interesting.
So you're saying move the toll booth on the remote to R&D and force him to have to res it again? Is that
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty marginal at... So this is the one agenda Deng's going to have that Tom isn't going to know about. So, I don't know, maybe you jam? Hit him with the MVT and then you hit him with the HHN if he goes?
Mm-hmm.
Or you go to 6?
Yeah.
He already drew. He's priced out. Okay. I think I would have jammed there. Even if you Inversificator the Archangel, that's 10. And then 15 with the MVT. I think that hits a really sweet point. And then you just hard-hitting news him and you have the boom in hand.
Mm-hmm.
He's going for the hard-hitting anyway. Interesting. So Tom's going to get Deuce's value here.
And he's got the hand size to spare, so he doesn't have to worry about ditching any of these cards.
I mean, you have free pitch in Corporate Defector and Brain Chip, but are you drawing this turn? Does he have one
No,
spare?
I mean, I'm saying if he wanted to take the draw option off of Wilds.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
That way he's losing a little less tempo because he's still drawing new options to his hand while he's removing tags.
Yeah, for sure.
Or you could even, I don't know.
Do you expose ice?
Maybe. I feel like he has a pretty good understanding that one of these two pieces is Archangel, you know?
He should, yeah. I mean, it could be Resistor. I think he's seen that.
But that's pretty okay for him. Clippy's already in the bin.
Yeah.
Deuce is Wild is such a value card in Atom.
It really earns the one, influence.
I only wish it had the run subtype.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you could play it with Always Be Running?
Yeah, and also with Ken Tenma.
So he opts to take the money, which is never a bad option, I guess, if you're not sure what to do.
Yeah.
I think that's fine. Like, always be running has like some amount of value here. For the second run, I think your multi-threader's first run. So he didn't trigger Find the Truth rap last turn, right?
I do not. No, he did not. He cleared 3 and then played deuces.
Okay. And J-Dang won't Poa, so you can assume clearing agendas. I think J-Dang's like angling for the kill pretty hard here by not jamming last turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he threw the GFI back into the abyss.
Here comes the I put it on the table. Do you run things? Tom has not been running things because of the pretty big downside of what is it? Neutralize all threads.
Yep.
So I think he's gonna get another AR.
Now it's worth noting that Tom is threatening the win on any 2-point score because he's already at 5 points.
Does he have 3 mad dash?
Let me double check. He only has 2 mad dashes.
Yeah, that would be my guess, is that he's not on 3.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at it right now. He's on 2.
Yeah, well, if I was in Tom's seat, my read, or on J-Dang's seat, my read would be 2 for sure. Like, I think 3 is probably not a choice a lot of people are making.
Oh, yeah, he's on 4 points. Yeah, I'm sorry, I misspoke there. I forgot that quantum predictive model is not a 2-pointer.
Still no swap.
Now he's
Man,
on 5 points.
Knows like to get these quantums. Well, how many actuals is he? 3 to boost, 1 to break, 3. So
That's not
7.
terrible.
He's only paying 3. That's not bad, actually.
It's not terrible.
Yeah, that's pretty value. I think I don't let him have this one Poa still. Like, he definitely has cards that you don't know about. Like, letting him have one Poa this long feels like...
Yeah, I feel like Wampoa is just a card that you have to find a way to kill it. It's not, it can't stay there. It's too strong.
What they don't tell you is what Wampoa Reclamation is reclaiming is the body of Jackson Howard.
Oh, jeez. They need a whole factory on Mars for that.
Yeah, it's like a big like Martian golem of him, like buried deep underground. Like a giant sentinel from the X-Men.
So J-Dang jams the pad campaign in there, hoping to bait
a run out and drain some cash.
I don't think this is that bad. Interesting. I'm not running this.
Yeah, when you also ice archives, that tells me that it ain't shit in that remote. You know?
Yeah.
That double AR score feels fucking miserable in CTM as Adam. Ooh, this could be game.
Both quantums should be out of the deck, right?
Is there only 2 or is there 3?
The list I've seen have been on 2. Let me double check.
Oh, look, I got it right here.
Because I feel like if that's the win, you just take the tag.
We got 2 quantums, so there's none in the deck.
Yeah, you gotta just take the tag here and say forget it.
It's a 1-pointer. If you're not walking through, it's a 1-pointer.
Right. What's he thinking about if it's not a 1-pointer?
Like maybe
he's
how
trying to
he
maybe think if he has any way to shuffle. But there's very few of those effects nowadays.
Is there anything you can do from on board?
I don't believe so.
Shannon Claire?
He does have 1 Shannon Claire in his deck, but it's not on board.
I think Shannon Claire is the only one I know of for on board.
And there are only 2-point or higher agendas. Oh no, there's still one more AR. Hopefully this is not the AR.
He has such a big credit advantage. This is probably like, even if it's a 1-pointer, you go for it just to not be triple tagged.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, he's paying 6 after multi-threaders and then 2 more to clear the tag.
Yep, so it's the last 1-pointer.
Like, I kind of agree here because he gets to clear, and then I don't want to see him. Yeah, gain credit is way better than install data folding.
Yeah, no. Putting down data folding is like inviting death. Like, because then your one burst money card and a hard-hitting news from being in a very bad place.
Yeah, if he biases... Oh, there's the Shannon Claire. So he has as many archived memories as he wants as long as it's 1 per turn.
You can have any model car you want as long as it's black, right? That's what Henry Ford used to say.
Exactly. Yeah, the 1-po Shannon interaction is super interesting.
Yeah, because it's just like, hey, I'm going to put this hard-hitting back on the bottom. Oh, look, it's in my hand. Okay, I'm going to put the hard-hitting news on the bottom. Oh, look, it's in my hand.
Notably, he shuffled back biased reporting last turn, and that would have been crazy value here.
God, Find the Truth is such a non-penalty for Adam.
Yeah, I think that's the directive that made him super interesting. Like actually having some choices. I'm like, you can still be aggressive, but you don't have to actually run on your first click every time is like a big deal.
Right. Not auto losing to any red deck because you have to start running immediately is pretty good. Like, because that was the problem is against certain builds with always be running, you were losing from turn 1. Like,
what's Tom's Sentry Breaker? Crypsis?
I hope not, but let's see. Nanotech.
Okay. That's only 1 influence.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the multi-threaders also help that a lot, actually.
Yeah.
They help offset that increased boost cost a great deal.
I think Deng realized he 1-po'd his biased reporting at this point.
Yep. Womp womp. Yeah, I would not be running that server. That's not a thing that I would do.
What did he install? Maryland campaign?
Yep. I feel like you just keep checking R&D until you win.
Yeah. I don't he has to score again. And I'm like, if you install advances, you go check the remote. Everything else, it's like whatever.
Yeah, whatever, man. You can have it.
Yeah.
All the 1-pointers are out. He's on Beals and globals.
Yeah, and even if he scores a Beal,
you give him 1 Beal for free.
Yeah, that's fine.
Then you have to check the remote because you don't know where the other one is.
Mm-hmm.
So I think at that point, Deng's got super solid shot of just grinding him out that way. Especially since he's got that double tag MVT plus trace.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he doesn't see it because of the DBS.
Yeah, I know, but Jason's still getting to the point where since we're on, kill point for Adam, he's lost some teeth because if Tom knows it's an agenda, it doesn't matter how many tags he takes.
Right. I mean, do you ice archives here? I feel like playing Data Raven is...
I feel like you might. Yeah, just to stop the Find the Truth free information.
Yeah. And he's run 1... Oh, interesting. R&D. I would prefer icing archives.
Yeah. Because, he's still just going to go through it if it's an agenda.
Everything else is credits in 2 tags to check.
Now, if you were Tom here, would you check HQ? There's been a bunch of cards that you didn't see going into HQ.
With an active Wampoa plus DBS,
Probably not, yeah.
I mean, he's pretty ahead on credits. I think you could get like a YOLO check.
Don't go in there.
This feels super aggressive to me.
Don't go in there.
I guess maybe he's doing it because he's low on credits, like because he can't res anything.
Yeah, if he's on like second ice's toll booth, like we think he should be, seems pretty value. But there's been an upgrade in there for a long time. You know most of his influence, I think. You've seen the boom.
Now, is he paying iron price? No, he's not paying iron price for Mombad Virtual Tours. He got him for free, right?
Definitely. That card is 2 influence. Yeah, he's got more than 7 assets. Like,
he's got like 20 assets. CTM, man, still doing pretty good.
Like, does Tom pump the brakes here? I think, is that what Grumble means?
Yeah, I think he's getting a little suspicious when nothing gets res. Like,
no, don't go in.
He's priced.
Oh,
and he trashes it. Ooh.
He has to trash it. Oh, no, he ran archives first. He didn't have to. This is the roughest sauce. Like, that was really, really rough. Why would you go all the way in?
Yeah, that feels like a mistake to me. Like, no install advance and you're fine.
Yeah.
So he's going to get hard-hitting news? No, he shuffled it.
Yeah. He thought he'd never get to use it again, so he shuffled it.
I mean, like, I think it's reasonable to bet that you're not going to have Wampoa, Shanna, and Claire online before you see a shuffle back in card. So, like, at the time, it feels like Deng's probably, like, betting he doesn't see his one of Shannon Claire.
This drip econ's pretty good, though. I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah.
Millions of dollars. All Tom needs to do is see an agenda on the top of R&D, and this game's pretty much over.
Yeah. So Deng's plus 12 on this bias reporting.
Feels good.
I mean, maybe there's an argument for trashing
safety first.
Like, yeah. So he's only plus 10. I mean, shucks.
I feel like, again, I'm not very good, but I would run HQ here just to check it.
No, like, I'm not putting any, like, I'm not, personally, I wouldn't take any risks until he advances or, like, scores a Beal off the board.
Well,
like,
okay, I'm sorry, I misspoke. He should trash Wampoa and then do that in a couple of turns. Like, the fact that he's just been able to completely filter HQ this entire time is very bad.
And he's seeing a lot of cards that you don't know about because of the DBS. There's
the nanotech.
Okay. Getting that liberated late game value.
There's the hard hitting.
Yeah, Alan made a good point. Him leaving this Shannon Claire is bad because then he actually can't.
That's his onboard shuffle.
Yeah, he can't even utilize the seeing the top card.
Yeah.
But if you do the R&D run as the second run and they pull the agenda, then you can just run it. You can run HQ and try to go get it. It's not a great play, but it's there. I don't know. I feel like the real issue that we're having is there's just been too much filtering that's been allowed to happen. Because normally what Adam is counting on in the mid to late game against people like this is that agendas are just piling up in their hands while they can't score. And then you get that clutch neutralize all threats to end that game.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta think HQ is like super light.
Right. But it shouldn't be, is my point. Because Wampoa and Shannon should be dead, at the very least.
Yeah, he's definitely taking the strategy as like, I'm gonna win off R&D.
Ooh, best defense is not terrible right now.
You best defense, find the truth?
I would actually say, I would say maybe even corporate defector.
You gotta think he's had a backup. He's seen his whole deck and hasn't discarded.
That's true. Then yeah, I would say find the truth. If you
I would be super tempted. That's his like cheap out on getting like good looks. So it's worth noting that he's on 11 cards.
Yeah, I mean he's not. Yeah.
Tom can be clicking for credits, and he just bought him 2. So, like, there is a scenario where he doesn't see enough. I guess he has a shuffle with Shannon Claire.
Yeah, he's pitching the agendas to the bottom of this.
Yeah. But I mean, like, he can shuffle and put the GFI back on bottom to try to see the other Beal. If the game hits that point. Because you do deck out, right? Off a DBS. Like, if you have 2 cards in deck and 2 DBSs trigger, you would lose, right?
Yeah.
So get your Find the Truth run, money up, seems like the strategy.
One time I did deck somebody with a Fisk investment seminar because they had DBSs down.
That's gotta feel good.
Yeah, it feels pretty good.
I mean, he hasn't bid except for once, and that felt a little out of character. Do you jam the Beal? Okay, best defense. Oh, he's wampoing it. Interesting. I mean, does he have, like, Surprise Sandberg? Oh, he's just gonna grind him out. Yeah, I mean, I guess he can if he's gonna like buy his reporting for net 10 every turn. Credits. I mean, if you're gaining 10 every turn. I mean, this just leads me to like want to remote camp more, right? Like, I don't even know if I'm going for Find the Truth triggers after that.
Yeah, I mean, just wait for the install advance. Because after he scores he's still got another Beal. So there's 2 3-2s left to be scored.
Right.
So he could hypothetically never advance 2 agendas.
Yep, but I think you give him the first one for free.
Yeah, definitely. But then he can't just be like, well, I'm not running until you advance a thing, because he still has another Beal to play.
Exactly.
God, just get rid of the Shannon Claire. Put us all out of our misery and get rid of it.
I mean, that's got to be the strat. Like,
you got to get rid of that Shannon Claire.
He's seen 1 preemptive. Like, I wouldn't, like, some of these decks are running 2, so I don't think it's, like, crazy to be like, he's got another preemptive and he could like get this going again. But I think letting this engine run is like ridiculous. Just like pay 7 and 3 clicks and do it. Still hasn't used a scrubber.
Scrubbers are for peasants and people who want to spend 1 influence.
Maybe he wants to avoid giving him even more value on the bias reporting.
Just kill the engine. Like,
yeah.
I am slamming this MVT in the remote. Okay, he knows he has a Beal in hand.
Is it? Oh, look at that Mumbad virtual tour. All right.
Sticks it in the remote. Man, I am clearing HQ before I run this remote, personally.
Yeah, is there any reason not to, right? There's no reason not to.
I mean, you'd be on a 3rd tag if that's an MVT, 2 MVTs, right?
I feel like that's such a common move too. Like when someone knows you drew an agenda and then you just stick something else in.
So he won Poas right away. That might be like the ruse to get him off. Like Tom knows he's got 1, not about the Beal from way early in the game.
Yeah, she's been holding that for like 10 turns.
I mean, I'm not checking that remote.
Go into HQ. Just run HQ.
No, he's on 4 points.
Okay, he's trashing the Wampoa.
Jeez.
Still without that scrubber value down. And, like, I think this is the wrong trash. Or it should have been trashed a long time ago. I think Shen and Claire at this point is the better trash. Because you don't want to give them the shuffle. Or you could, like, double down and trash both this turn. And maybe that's even better. I mean, you're not getting re-AR enhanced security, right? Yeah. Okay, I like this a lot. Now he has to have preemptive and see things in a weird order. Or in a good order.
Well, we also don't know what was seen on Find the Truth. There could just be an agenda on the top of R&D.
Oh, yeah. In that case, is it a mistake not to shuffle R&D?
No, never mind. Oof, there's the hard hitting. Gets rid of the agendas yet again.
Okay, forcing the action. I mean, you have to run this.
I mean, you also know it's an agenda.
Yeah. I mean...
Like, there's nothing else that it could be.
Surprise Ghost Branch?
Oh my god. If somebody actually got somebody with a Ghost Branch on one of these streams, I would probably lose my shit. You know that's the name of our meta, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so with all this money and a Crypsis...
Yeah, just go. That's game.
Go. Yeah.
There's no way you don't go. And you get the free
it's not
swap.
even Crypsis, he's got Inversificator. But yeah,
So,
he doesn't...
Do you think Jason just kind of gave up there? Or how do you
Yes.
feel? Yeah, it didn't seem like it was very well thought out.
Yeah, like, I think he had an opportunity to jam, like...
Yeah, if you'd have just naked and
when he saw
installed
the
it-
first global food and had an MVT in there, and he didn't have the Inversificator installed. That's like net 21 if he gets hit.
He's even going to just say, hey, I don't even give a shit what this is. I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, that's GG.
Yeah, GG.
All right, well,
Adam doing Adam shit.
I would say Tom was pretty methodical there at the end. I mean, he wasn't trashing the assets that we would have liked to have seen him trash, but he was definitely playing. He was playing not to lose pretty well.
I'll be right back.
All right, so we're gonna move on to game 2. That was game 1. Tom takes game 1, and now we're gonna see Haley versus Titan.
what's Haley's restricted card? Aesop's?
Yes, Aesop's.
So he's on triple sack con, clot,
Yep.
double scavenge,
Mhm.
trope. So he has a lot of rebuys at clot.
Yeah, that trope does some work too when it comes to the clot lock.
Yeah, and just like it's like continuing your engine long enough to complete some games that it otherwise wouldn't be able to. It gives you like that long-term econ when the game goes super long.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna call it if Deng sees Project Atlas, like he wins.
Yeah, I think I've played this matchup quite a bit, and
I think this
Definitely
heavily
seems like-
favors Haley.
yeah, I think it's. I mean, Haley is. I feel like this Haley deck was built to play against this and like the CI deck, the fast advanced CI deck.
All right.
All right, I gotta reload.
Okay.
Kentucky's being weird.
All right. I'll tell him to hold on one sec. Yeah, I think Haley's probably advantage here.
Which is why I don't think you can
Especially
go.
with two SMCs in the opening hand.
I don't think you can go all in on the fast advance. I think that's what the kill buys you is a better shaper matchup.
That's exactly what I'm doing in my
Yeah.
Titan. Is I have the hybrid build so that if people go clot lock, I just try to kill them instead.
And this is no kill, right?
Yeah, I mean he's showing biotics. There arguably still could be a kill, but I don't.
No,
think
I looked at the list. It's pure fast advance.
Yeah, I mean once I see 4 influence on biotic, I'm like they're not on kill.
Well, let's take a look at these openers and see.
That's like a super keep, I think, on both sides.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. I mean, the only thing Titan could, I guess, what's the priority construction? That's always a good one to have in the opener. But
You could mull for it, but I think you have like some fast advance tricks, double ice, and you can just score the hostile out of hand.
yeah, the problem is you're not going to be able to score that hostile very easily later in the game. So you might as well get it out of your hand now and move on.
Yeah, I think like first turn hostile is pretty strong here. Like maybe you're punished with indexing, but I would risk it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm lucky, but I feel like turn 1 indexing is just, it's not that good. I mean, obviously it's the worst possible point in the game to index. Unless, well, I guess that's not always true, but
I mean, you are seeing 5. Like if there's open R&D and you don't know any of it, you take it. But like on the other hand, it's like they have to have indexing.
all right, so we think we're probably going to get a double keep here, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I think Tom's hand is above average. I don't think it's like a slam dunk keep.
yeah, I think I'd rather have a money card, but he does have the free hostile, which is nice. But then he knows that that's free shaper money with SMC and potentially clone chip in play.
Yeah, I think Haley with the Pro-Con or Aesops are like the two things that I'm like pretty stoked about.
Yeah, Tom is already kept.
Okay.
So Jaden keeps, which we expected. Just going like SMC, Proco twice feels like super strong.
Yeah, he's just gonna
And
go
that's the
for
way
it.
we expected.
Yeah, he's just gonna go fast and say, "Can you race me?" Which it turns out he can.
So he really wants to see an Atlas here. Double Eyes Atlas is super good. I'm drawing for an Atlas. Okay. Beanstalk plus Ice.
R&D.
The remote, honestly.
Oh, the remote. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like icing R&D. I don't think like
Does he know that Jason doesn't have multi-access besides turning wheel?
No, he doesn't. I mean, I think you have to assume indexing.
Yeah, which is really bad if he lands it early.
This is good.
Yeah.
I think
So what do we think? Firewall Atlas.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the play that we're gonna see. Whoa.
Oh, no license. I think you're telegraphing HQ.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have just said firewall it and call it a day. Because then
He's on 4 effectively. Like that doesn't get the lady. Like he Proco runs. That doesn't seem like likely.
Yeah.
I think you have to like you missed a window to take advantage of his setup.
Oh, please just put the Atlas in there.
I mean, like I don't hate adding the third ice.
No, but I'm just saying, just please get the Atlas in there.
You can't res them all. So maybe it's just credit.
I would say good news too. He's got that illegal arms factory drawn, so he can install that right in the remote next. Like the turn after he scores.
Yeah, and then if Jason wants that bad pub, he gotta pay for it.
Yeah, well, and also if he.
Now it's worth noting Jason still hasn't seen a key part of his econ that really accelerates him, which is his pawn shop.
Yeah, despite that, like crazy high on credits.
Yeah.
Double sure gamble.
Right, but
Like
a lot of that
will do it.
Yeah, some of that will go away once he starts being forced to install, especially if he uses SMC to do it.
I mean, he's got all his breakers in hand at this point, doesn't he?
Yeah, no lady, but he can go fetch that. Does he run Clippy in this shit?
No, he's on lady. NT.
Lady and NT. One lady, one NT.
Yep. And I think that's the right blend if you're on scavenge. So if I'm Tom, I'm Illegal Arms Factory and the Cyberdex.
In the remote, yeah.
Yeah, or there's an argument for Hostile plus the Cyberdex.
Just to see if he can bait him through the server for a one-pointer. Because you never want to score that second Hostile unless it's winning you the game.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jason opts to install the Nanotech instead of the Parisio.
Yeah, I mean, I like that. I don't think Perici is getting much value. You don't have Aesop's out. You have Harbinger out. You don't need an Aesop's target.
Yeah.
And he's got an active hostile. I think, prepping against the Archer is super, super real. So that's the hostile on the remote.
There's the clot.
Forces the clot. I toss in the Cyberdex if he goes to get it.
Yep, get a free purge.
I mean, he's got stack on, but you're still getting some value.
Yeah, you're still getting... Why? No, put it in. Put it in there.
He just gained a credit. Yeah.
I was going to say maybe he thinks he can get an agenda through next turn if Jason's pays to install and break all this.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's worth noting that Colossus is not a great break for Nanotech right now.
If he ices again, it's fantastic until he gets, the Prycon. Or I guess he just has to advance it at this point. But you can keep this Nanotech.
Yeah, you just bump it up.
Yeah, you advance it twice, and it's in, a nightmare scenario. Oof.
I think this is, you're happy... I don't love this going to the 0. He is not super bad off. Yeah. I think that's tough.
Yeah, I think I like the CVS play better. It would have got rid of.
I like the CVS play and just resing Colossus. Or just resing the Firewall.
See, so what I think what he's going to do is he wants to pull the Atlas. Obviously, he's going to need some money, but he wants to pull the Atlas and install at the same time as his Cyberdecks, I think.
I mean, he could get him off clock here.
Yeah, or he could just go ahead and purge. Yeah, that works too. It's probably even better, considering he's on 0 credits.
Look at that beautiful shape of rig.
You really want him, like if you're Tom, you want him to hit the CBS there.
Can't have everything.
Okay, like this. I mean, you're really not forcing, like, I guess you saw the Audacity, so you can be forcing around here. Because you can do it from 1. Do you tax lady counters here?
That value, I mean, you've got enough money to score regardless. I mean, taxing the lady counters feels pretty okay.
Yeah. Jason's got double scavenge, so, like, he's pretty chill.
Yeah, but he doesn't know if he has it, right? He's spending 1 credit to use up some power. It's not terrible.
This feels like purge or triple credit from Tom.
Yeah, because he's seen the Aesops. There's no clone chips in play, so unless he scavenges, I mean, he could scavenge the Harbinger for the clot, but then it just gets purged away immediately.
I like triple credit there because you can score another Atlas.
Sure.
Hopefully. With an Audacity.
Whew.
Here comes one of the scavenges.
Nope. Now we got it, yep.
R&D's being a little bit leaky.
There's the clot. That's much better than the lady scavenge.
Yeah, he sees the SACCON to get it out. I think I'm on the purge train here.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have any way to threaten R&D right at the moment, and nothing in HQ to worry about, so purge seems good. What's the matter? Some JNet. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it looks like we're having some technical difficulties.
We had luck last week. If something was bugged, somebody just left the game and then rejoined.
Yeah, I had this similar issue in my match.
So Deng feels way ahead here.
I agree.
Like, Tom's on 1 credit, arguably can score an Atlas if he can ever clear the clot.
Yes, I feel like with Titan I've been in this spot a lot, and yeah, against a good player in this same position, you don't stand much of a chance, I don't think.
What, as the pure fast advanced Titan?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I feel like the kill threat can bring people back down to earth a little bit.
Tom on IPO? It's no, right?
No, he is.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, like, what am I talking about? That'd be crazy. I run an IPO. 2, notably. More beanstalks than IPOs.
Huh. Yeah, that's surprising. He said, yeah, because actually Tom, can't remember where this was, but Tom made a comment somewhere about IPOs, the new Jackson Howard, because it's in every corp deck.
And you only have to buy a big box to get it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting more copies of Estelle Moon. It's not entirely without value, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I think the real winner from that is the all those sweet beg deers, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, sure.
No,
Gotta get that Kate credit somehow.
I'm purely making a joke, but yeah, no, I'm gonna go ahead and throw in IPO for next participation prize in a game night kit.
That would be nice.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. But I mean, it took him forever to do Hedge, right?
Yeah, but Hedge is in the freaking core set. You're gonna have more copies of Hedge.
Sure.
The Jackson as a participation prize for a tournament was a very good call. I think it'd be very easy to just say IPO and just do it upright. You know what I'm saying? And make it so people didn't have to buy another big box to run 2 corp decks at a time.
I mean, we get in that, like, brute force hack tech.
Yeah, man, that one brute force hack with, Sanosuke Sagara from Kenshin on it.
I mean, I like the art, but, like, who picks the cards on these?
It's a good question. I really like the bank job cards. I was hoping there was like a moment when bank job kind of made a little bit of a comeback, but
I was excited in 2015 when we got the James Franco NAPDs.
Oh yeah, those are sweet.
I did like those. Yeah, I like NAPD. That's a card.
Right, so we got Jason basically completely back online,
and he does the lady when he has Inti in hand. Like, okay, that makes sense. He's gonna challenge.
The breaking of this Colossus with nanotech just feels incredible.
5, so he's out 7 plus 4 for the lady. This is super expensive for him.
Now, did you trash it out of spite?
I mean, he's got exactly enough. No, you don't trash that.
Clot's gone though, which is pretty damn good.
So he has a window right here
to score.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't res the illegal arms, or do you?
No, I think you do not on this turn.
Interesting. Well, maybe you do, because you're on 1 credit.
Right, and you've got the audacity still. Maybe you do, yeah, maybe you do.
But I mean, you're ditching, like, a lot of your fast advance, but also you PO. So, like,
yeah.
Where's the trade-off?
But Titan's always poor. But despite being a bank, Titan's always poor.
Flavor Judge ruling on that is confirmed.
That's because you're investing in your future, so it's not going to necessarily pay dividends in the present.
It's okay, yeah.
Sure.
Also, I appreciate like little theming things, like the box in Illegal Arms Factory says long range heaters, and the heaters is a slang term for guns.
And he overwrites the illegal arms. I don't love it. I think you want to leave that in the remote. That gives you a lot of value later.
Yeah, but people get stressed.
And here comes the R&D luck. So if top card is an Audacity, Tom wins right here.
Well, no, it can't be an Audacity because it doesn't have enough cards for it.
Oh, good point. Good point.
What's he doing? Oh, he's just getting turning wheel. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I remember the first time I tried to play Audacity, I had 3 cards. I was like, yeah, I got 3 cards. And then I played it, and I was like, oh, wait, now I only have 2.
Oh, it counts itself.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it does.
You just have to have 3 when the card is played. Everything after the card being played trigger doesn't matter.
Good to know. Somebody cheated me out of my fast advance.
I mean, like, the wording on that isn't super obvious. I think it took the U fact for me to get that one.
Is the wording ever super obvious these days?
Ooh, shots fired.
I feel like standoff was pretty obvious. People just had a very optimistic interpretation of it.
No, you have to place the structure for rules interpretation in place, and Netrunner is pretty weak on that. So, like, it is totally a valid interpretation to read it that way.
It's a little bit obnoxious, though, when you know it's what it's meant to be, but yet people don't accept it.
It's like in 2016 where Damon was just like, just so we're clear, you can't pay costs on your cards with other people's credits. And he tweeted that out at Worlds.
Well, I mean, like, Webster was calling him out on it. Like, he had a Leela deck with Endless Hunger, and he was trashing people's stuff with it, or trying. And, like, called the judge, like, 4 times.
Yeah. That was some dedication to
he was committed
to making a point. Like, I have to respect that kind of just commitment to proving something.
So do you think he goes and gets the other Atlas here? Do you think he pulls it?
I don't think you can.
He's got 0 clicks. You could pull it and then just jam. No, he's got the money.
Yeah, he can easily money up. Tom thinking about it. I think it's definitely worth thinking about it. I lean no.
Yeah, unfortunately for Tom, Jason's also got a stem hack, so he's gonna have no problem.
Yeah, and if you've been following the stream, you know he's got stem hack.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You know he knows stem hack
hurts.
Awesome.
Yeah, Jason's been bouncing between 2 and 3 stem hack.
Do you know what?
And I think that's 100% correct.
Money problems. Suddenly having 9 more credits. Oof.
Seize the food. You're not out. I think you draw once, for sure. Just in case it's an Audacity, and then you advance. Or does he know where his 1 trick of light is? He's on 1 trick of light, and that's in the bin, so advancing doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Is he thinking of putting another ice wall on R&D, or?
I mean, I would almost want to put another ice wall down and advance at once.
NT retains strength. I don't love that.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just 1 tax.
This is a tough spot for Tom.
I think you have to draw to your 1 Audacity. Because if you see that on first click, you win.
Gotta play to your outs.
And Jason doing the right thing here.
Just hammering it.
Credit IPO, and then hope to stick him with the wormhole. I don't love triple draw. He's getting free turning wheel counters while he's, like, clearing your hand.
Yeah, just hoping to snag an Audacity or a Biotic.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the Rough Sauce Expressway right here.
He does have 2 Biotics, I'm pretty sure. So that's...
He is drawing to a Biotic now.
The problem is the next time Jason accesses R&D, he's going to see...
Too many cards.
4.
Way too many cards.
Way too many cards.
You see the full 4 here.
Yeah, I feel like this is game.
I feel like you pull Atlas.
I feel like you gotta pull Atlas right here.
Don't have a choice.
And then you have 2 redraws to win. Is your Biotic and the other Audacity.
You gotta do it.
Yeah. So we'll get a 1 and 6 on HQ if he misses here.
Okay.
Wow. All right. So
Here's
here's
the 1 and 6.
Dodged.
Okay. Ooh. Do you priority construction the wormhole?
And then put the Atlas in there, maybe?
That's what he's doing.
I think he loses on this. I don't love it.
Yeah, the stem hack's gonna get him.
Yeah, I think like either way you're pretty screwed. He's got at least 2 that he's seeing off HQ.
Yeah, I almost think he almost seemed like he wasn't sure after he did it because he paused for a second.
Got a jam. Yeah, this is game.
Yeah, I mean, Jason can even check HQ a couple times before he stem hacks. Actually, he can see
he
3.
Can check HQ twice, check R&D, and then stem hack.
Yeah, he can see 3 in HQ and then go.
Okay, clears the hand.
Yeah, that's a smart play.
Rip.
Yeah, GG.
Boo, stem hack.
Like, yeah, and like installing another ice makes the Colossus go down. Like, I think the right play is still to pull the Project Atlas, and like not drawing the fast advance trick is just like the lose and not actually like your play on that last turn.
J-Dang told you about stem hack, bro.
Hey, man.
Alright, so Jason's gonna run. That's what I just drew. Guess I should have told them that. Is anybody still in there? Is it? Did they already close it?
Yeah, it's close.
Alright, just wait a sec. Alright, well, one of my favorite things. Game 3.
Heck yeah. So, J-Dang, like, big advantage to run. Like, I think that's probably, like, closer to a 70-30 matchup.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops. Coming up the works. I hope you know that this isn't password protected.
Oh, hold on.
It caches your password.
Yeah.
It is.
Interesting.
So I think we're good.
This is a maul for Tom and a super keep for Jason, I would assume.
Oh my god, that shaper hand is pretty beautiful.
I mean, you're missing some kind of draw, but
I mean, you gamble, you draw, you put down something at Aesop's, and maybe put the Inti down. Like,
yeah, you draw twice, and then like
the world's your oyster. Like, figure it out. God, Haley is so good. She's the new queen in green.
What does that make Smoke, Dan?
Not the queen, but still pretty damn good. Haley is just distilled shaper bullshit. Like, she's shaper bullshit the identity. Like,
okay, J-Dang mulls into a way worse hand.
way worse.
I don't disagree with the mull. Like, I really want draw there.
Yeah, but he went for the greed proco and then he mulliganed a B- and got a D. Like,
yeah, fair. Like, he mulliganed like an above average for sure. So Tom just like holding to his tradition at this point.
yeah, man, you got to get Mr. Grumpy Suits in there right away. You know.
Oh God, just gets the GFI single access.
It's okay. He wasn't going to score that anyway.
And this is where the kill package is scary because he could just say like hard hitting news here and you lose.
Yeah, you're dead. Yeah.
But that's the beauty of game 3, right?
True that.
Hedge fund instead of IPO feels like a sequencing fail. I don't think you're giving anything away by IPOing.
Yeah, this seems like an interesting choice. Gotta spend it while you can.
Ooh.
This is the problem with putting your only ice on R&D. And like your best... oh boy.
Tastes bad.
All right, does the correct thing, I think, and installs the illegal arms.
Yeah. Pitches
And
both agendas.
Oh, so he's gonna go for
This
the
is
preemptive
this
next
is
turn.
brave.
This is
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Like
Oh,
I
this is
think
so
this is the
bold.
kind of risk you want to take here. Oh, called out.
Dang.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, I don't think there's a way that Tom recovers now.
Yeah, this is GG. Or the greatest comeback of all time. Not sure.
Well, Jason's showing that he's he's a man of principle. He wasn't gonna just let that archives go.
And gets the purge without value. That's like real rough. That's about as bad as the turn could have went there.
And he didn't res the illegal arms.
Also feels like a mess. He knows about it. Still no IPO. Is he worried about having too much money? Okay, he wants to preemptive.
This is rough sauce.
I mean, Deng's got a bit of an awkward hand if he can like get something going in a remote.
Okay. Biotic is probably a good start.
Hey, he needs to see another piece of ice and an agenda.
That wormhole's not terrible to slow down digs on.
I think he could have IPO'd there. Now you have no Precon value.
Yeah, it seems bad.
I mean, paying the full 9 on
Never.
wormhole when it's your outer ice is like, it doesn't feel good. He's got to bait him through now to get the second ice rezzed. Super awkward. Okay. Get in shipment from Kaguya value.
He's got all the fast advance tools. He just can't find the fast advance stuffs.
Yeah.
I mean, saw cards out of order is what it feels like in this game.
That's the other side of the blade on Titan. Is you live by the RNG, you die by the RNG. Usually the RNG tips in your favor, but it doesn't always.
So Tom exclaiming that he found the money in this game. That's what he was missing in the last one.
I mean, Tom definitely had windows. He needed to see, like, just another, like, well-timed Audacity or Biotic wins him last game.
Right. Well, this GFI is not really going to do anything for him right now, I don't think.
He's on 16. Yeah. I mean, pausing this long is a pretty big tell. It's an agenda to me. Plays it off with the R&D ice.
Clever ruse.
I mean, like,
He also has the ability to see 3 cards out of HQ. Anytime Jason decides he wants to poke HQ, the game could very easily be over.
and yeah, I mean, like, I definitely think icing R&D is better than HQ there, but, like, I don't know how you're getting this GFI out of your hand.
I almost think if he ices HQ, it's like he guarantees a run on HQ at that point.
Yeah, in the near future, if not immediately. I mean, okay. Just like try to get him to pay through. Give you Jason, what do you assume the ice is? You're on like worst case for you is
I mean, I would think that
losses.
the outer one is a wormhole just because he's like he manually advanced it like
Game.
all right, and that's it. That one was short and sweet.
Yeah, Tom made a like bold play and was not rewarded.
So Tom is unable to keep the all Texas final live. We got
killer game by Deng. Like, called him out. Like played the previous game very well. Like, kept lock up as long as he could. Made a lot of good pokes. Kept R&D clear.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sat on a stim hack. Like, it's like textbook shaper right there.
Truth. Yeah, so we'll see if we can get one or both of them on. So the Titan Haley meta, is this a real thing for Worlds, or is this just the basic decks that people are playing?
I don't expect as much Titan as a lot of people, I think.
I think Haley's definitely a top Worlds contender.
Yeah. I mean, stim hack shaper in any regard feels super strong.
Yep. Turns out SACCON and self-modifying code is a really good combination.
It really is right now. And then even just jamming up one clot, with one clot is good enough a lot of the time.
Yeah. What's up, man?
That was nice takedown. Call out that archives.
Okay, listen. Your play was way too weird for me to have believed you were just going to ditch. Even if the archive plays doesn't work, right? I'm for sure turning wheeling HQ.
Yeah.
So I think no matter what, I'm getting at least one of those agendas.
I would agree there.
So,
yo, Tom.
Hey.
What's up, man? We were just talking about your archives ditch.
Be aggressive, preemptive action.
We liked it.
Sometimes you just gotta do it.
Yeah, no.
I thought it was a reasonable risk.
Yeah. I thought it was.
Yeah, but when somebody has a true shaper heart, you check the servers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, the problem was the start that I have basically forced me to go aggressive.
That's fair.
If I have turning wheel early, it's unless you're spending I'm trying to force you to spend turns icing all your stuff while getting turning wheel counters. Because the turning wheel counters late is going to
That's been great.
Yeah.
I was digging, but
I think icing R&D there is actually pretty aggressive. I think you saved that Colossus for the remote.
Yeah.
I wanted to hold him off of R&D with turning wheel. So,
your hand was clear at that point.
Yeah, at that point it was.
I mean,
yeah. What do you guys do about that?
Let's talk about something really important. That Adam's winning
Remember to
streak
trash things on
continued.
Adam?
Yeah, that Adam's winning streak continued, despite you not trashing Wampoa or Shannon Claire for
yeah, dude, what the hell?
So, all right, my thought was
that you wanted to make sure the game went an extra 20 minutes.
Yeah. Well, it was tunnel vision forever, and then I checked his influence, and he still had a bunch left. I was like, he's probably just holding on to another one or two, and then.
Nah, he had rockets. He had rockets for your face.
Yeah.
You saw the boom and bin, right?
I saw one, yeah.
Yeah, so you saw 5 plus Maryland's is 7.
Yeah.
Or 6.
Something
I
like
think
that.
you can assume 7.
Yeah.
So you're missing 5 at that point?
You saw foods.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We were talking about how the neutralize all threats and everything else besides this controlling
Besides
message matchup is just nightmarish for the core because the permanent HQ interface from turn 1 is brutal.
Yeah, and I had to hold off running HQ forever because I knew there was probably a kitty in there. And
it was just a Beal. There was literally a Beal sitting in there the entire game. And we were just yelling at you to check HQ.
That's what
I
I
mean,
figured.
that's the one that slipped in off of DBS a long time ago or something. Or you stole the QPM and Beal was the next card.
I wanted the Beal in my hand because I wanted to have it for a while. I probably should have been slightly more aggressive with it, but
you had a turn before he inversificated where if you had jammed your global into the remote, I think you win on that. Because he's priced in to install the inversificator for 6, break Archangel for 5, swap it, break Archangel for 5, that's 16, plus MVT, and he was above. So he's on a tag at that point, plus like down 21. Like, I think you can trade your global there super easy. Yeah.
And
I think that was your window to win, and letting it go long let him like lock you out.
Yeah, it was certainly a mistake. I thought I could do some weird.
It looked like you were trying to kill him like super slow.
I like. Yeah, I mean, I'm way more used to playing tubs. Like back when CTM was popular, I played way more tubs than CTM.
Yeah.
I just in my brain I was like, okay, it's like make $1 million with biased reporting, and
you don't have Sandberg.
and then do nothing. I guess.
That was kind of my thought later. I was like, all right, I guess I'll just clear 4 tags then.
Yeah.
Right. It's really funny too because the agendas are at the bottom of R&D, so it's never going to get to the point where I have agendas anywhere other than my entire R&D.
Right.
So when you guys are spectating, can you see the Find the Truth?
No, we can't.
No.
Okay.
It's the only piece of information we can't see.
All right. So in the turn where I decided to actually trash Wampoa and Shannon, I trashed Wampoa, and then I saw a GFI on top of R&D, and I was like, okay, well, I have to go trash Shannon because then he can shuffle if I don't. So I did that. And then I just like went to hit run and hit remove tags. And I was like,
that's what that meant. Okay.
Cool. All right. That's.
You know where it is. Bottom R&D.
Yeah. I'll get right on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like Adam's super strong right now just because the blitz power out of the gate with him is insane. And with all the open servers early, you're not going to waste a run.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say Corporate Defector is hilarious in that deck.
That's what made that deck work in my mind.
Yeah.
Like, that stupid card, like, makes Adam, like, playable.
So I got a question for you, Tom. So since you're judging Worlds, if you were playing in Worlds, what would your decks be? What would you be bringing to Worlds right now?
I don't have a clue. I'm still trying to figure out. So I haven't put thought into changing my deck for this, and then at the same time, it's like I'm trying to get ready for King of Servers. I haven't really even looked at that. I don't know. I'm a mess right now.
Well, you're gonna play Adam for King of Servers, right? Like,
no, I'm not.
I mean, like, you got to get mini faction value.
No, that was already taken. So I'm sticking with my old classics.
Wait, the mini faction was already taken?
Like, what the fuck is your
I
team
know,
doing?
right?
All right.
So I'm doing Shaper End again.
Okay. Well, Jane Deng's got a good Shaper list that ruins Titan.
I can't do asset spam. That's not my thing. I don't know. That's basically all NBN has right now. So
Play Glacier Soul, and like it would be less good.
yeah.
Hey, scarcity is a fine city to live in.
That's true.
Yeah. I know for me, the rare instances when I come up against Soul and the scarcity goes down turn 1 against my Shaper, feels bad, man. Feels real bad.
Feels real bad.
Yeah, feels real bad.
Feel real bad against Adam too.
Yeah. At least 3 of yours start in play.
Yeah.
God, Shaper though, the Sakon Clot is just stronger than ever.
It was, yeah. I knew I was going to have a problem against that. And that first game, the opening of like double SMC Satcon, I was like, well, it's going to be one of those games.
Yeah, the problem, the only real weird thing that happened in that game is, and it happened in last week's game too, I ended up drawing all of my breakers.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So it reduces the stim hack value.
Yeah, and so, I don't know.
You made a big ass remote.
I made a change this week again. So I've been changing my list basically every week. And this week I played double scavenge, which I think is super worth.
Yeah.
Yep.
You get Lady for matchups where you want Lady, and you get NT for the other ones.
And it gets back Clot, right? Like, if I don't have
her for Clot is good trade.
it's really, really good.
Yeah. So that lets you play pawn shop and like still have a lot of clap value, especially with the trope.
Yeah.
Because you can like rebuy all your recursion and keep the Aesop's engine going late.
Like just to talk about how out of the loop I am on the game right now, there were times when I was playing like that deck where I was like, okay, he might be holding on to clone chip right now. It was like, and then I was like, no, that's not.
Those reads are stale, Tom.
Yeah, no kidding. It's bad.
I wish I'd love my clone chips back.
Yeah,
Clone
do you remember
Aesop's
Jason?
plus anything would be
Jason,
hot.
when we shapers got to have more than one good card in a deck?
Those were the good days.
Those were the good old days.
You remember those days?
You still got 3 SATCOMs.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, I mean,
A runner
Three
Jackson
sack
Howard at this point.
attack arm is all you need in shaper.
I like Aesop's over Tapworm personally. I don't want to be given like Peace in Our Time's a great card if you're not interacting, but I don't want to give nobody money unless I'm doing like dumb stuff that you can't res ice.
That's fair.
Good point. So I got a question for Jason. We got you going to the finals. Any thoughts on would you rather face Colin or Sam Swede in the finals?
We played-
You already ruined
What?
the All Texas
On the
finals,
screen.
so
yeah, I suppose that is true. Eh.
just bring
It's
them
good,
on,
it's good.
whoever.
Yeah.
And you're gonna bring your stem hacks.
Yes. I'm a shaper. I'm a shaper player. I don't know what else to tell people. Like, it's
Shaper's gonna shape.
it's either this deck or the other deck that I brewed is like this really, really dumb combo deck, which is also again still in shaper. But this deck is I think the only problem it has honestly is with asset spam.
Yeah. Precious don't get you enough, I think.
Yeah.
That's defensible.
And the one thing that I wish I had versus asset spam. Oh, I played Shrike in this newest list. I don't think the Shrike ever got seen.
Yeah, but
It's
if you,
really a hedge against Tubbs, right? Because like if you don't have it, you pay for tour guide, which means you don't get in.
It's also very, very good. I think it's underrated versus Koma Inu. I've
Sure.
had games where the Koma Inu blocks me out just straight up.
I mean, they're paying 5 to your 2. That's like
Yeah.
terrible.
Really, really good for me.
Yeah, no, that's super good.
and it also means
Well,
that you can pro-co a couple times before the run and still make that run into the Komainu.
Yes, exactly. And so I had a lot of problem with Josh's. Is it Polana? I don't know, but one of his red. No, I think it was PE. Anyway, his list where it's running like the 5/3 that does 4 net plus the upgrade which does meat damage to you. Like if you don't have Shrike, the Komainu just destroys you and you can't steal their agendas anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Shrike has a lot of, like, its value. Like, at this point, it's like if people move past it in, like, the thinking game, and it's like, well, we're not going to run tour guide or anything because everybody's on this. And then you, like, get stuck with, like, a kind of crappy sentry breaker sometimes, but you can still run nanotech.
Yeah, and
But yeah, I run 1-1, so I'm not set on Shrike.
Yeah. But maybe
but-
you lose, like, a legwork, like, effect or something.
Yeah. It shores up what might end up being, but and both of those decks are actually relatively popular right now, right? Like I've seen both the E and the Gagarin.
Yeah, I played the, what is it? Mumbad City? No.
yeah,
The upgrade that lets you move ice, so you can play the
it's Mumbad
Braille
City
stuff.
Red.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mombat City Grid is the one that lets you drop the ice down so they keep encountering it over and over again.
Yeah, I played that versus Dean and got wrecked, but luckily, like, A popped him out when he was on, like, crappy IG. Like, new Hinks IG is, like, it really needs avocados plus bioethics to be good, I think. It's just, like, when you can just steal Hades and, like, not be punished, it's, like...
It could save you versus a brainstorm, too.
That rogue brainstorm.
You never know.
A slightly more common fridge encounter, which is if people are on Scorpios of any kind or anything that plays standoff, Shrike also breaks Archer for 6, which isn't terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all around as a Century Breaker. It's like I first came into the Shrike land back when me and Dogs Ethan was playing Nexus Kate, right?
Yeah.
Nexus Kate used to run Shrike.
We used to hit memory problems in a couple of builds, right?
Yeah, and so Shrike is no memory, right? And so that was like, and then we were like, oh, you know what? It actually hits a lot of this ice. Like,
It was also
if they're on Archer, it's terrible because first break is 9, not Archer, Architect.
right? Yeah, and but with Nexus Kate, you just Nexus it, right? So
Exactly. So they have to stack.
right.
If they're on Ichi, you don't care. You just like walk and click.
Absolutely, especially with Beth.
Yeah.
Get that MCA austerity click back.
Yeah.
every deck.
Hey man, adjusted chronotype as tech against that crap is like on the table. Like
That's so fucking funny. That's a tag card against that.
I love that. I hadn't even thought of that. That makes me happy.
Well, when I made the load testing deck, I was like, break out the chronotypes, my dudes.
that's the only way you can win, right?
Well, it's like the I was watching a game one time with we were playing my co-host Sanjay and I for the code busting show, and somebody did the load testing bullshit, but we already had Jackson Clare on. And they're like, okay, use our imaginary click to trash Victoria Jenkins. Okay, next turn, use our imaginary click, and we just procedurally pulled all the pieces off the table one by one with imaginary clicks, while still getting drip.
I think the real reason like clone suffrage movement was banned was the load testing deck.
It should be. It's a bad card. It's a bad.
I mean, like the card's busted on its own, but like that deck is like super bad player experience kind of deck, right?
It's not runner.
I heard you like to not play this game.
It was actually someone made a better version of the one that I had posted that just played. It's just all the politicals, right? It's like it played the net damage thing, and so 6 times.
Yeah, that's how you grind them out. You just MOH, so you don't deck out, and then you have one bioethics, so they eventually die.
It was early, and it was like
it was brilliant.
yeah, exactly. Turn 5.
It's a brilliant, miserable way to win a game of Netrunner.
They give you rules, man. As long as you play within them, it's good to go.
Like the runner gets into their car or gets into their rig, and then just realize that it's a time bomb, and they have to just watch it tick down for 20 minutes until they blow up.
It's like 60s Batman, man. The shackles come out. The big like fake bomb is ticking down.
Yeah, sometimes you just can't get rid of a bomb.
It's better than the old. I was at a Nationals last year, and I watched 2 players go to time on their first game, where one player was playing Snitch, Au revoir, and Feedback Filter, and the other guy was playing Lock IG. It was just the clowniest. It was like, well, I'm not going to do anything. The IG was also like, well, I'm not going to do anything either.
Take 12, pay 3, or pay 9.
Right. Who's crazy?
Like, somebody decks out, right? Like,
No, because he was playing Museum.
Oh, yeah, nope, that's over. I mean, eventually you can trash it on that bonus 3, right?
Well, the problem is he was museuming his what's it called?
Roll?
Or Ronins.
No, Ronan.
To try to like pressure him out.
It was like every once in a while, like he could make a single turning wheel run or something. I don't remember.
That feels super weird.
Yeah, it's not great. But yeah,
Glad that is not happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I missed that deck that you're talking about, the clone suffrage. I wasn't really around for that one, but that sounds pretty awful.
It wasn't like super real.
No.
No, like it was like theory crafted, and I think there were some builds floating, but I think it got like way up in power level after Roto.
And then I guess the other build, the card that I'd never even seen before that got banned, the armor, something armor.
Oh yeah.
Venatus.
yeah, the one that just said, "Let me just one turn milled like 27 cards off the top of R&D."
So despite the hype around that deck, and I agree that it was MPE.
It's not even MPE. It's not Netrunner. Like it's not. It's a complete circumvention of everything that the game of Netrunner is built around.
Sure, but honestly, in the testing that I did, it wasn't that good. Like, I feel like both Andy and Slums Wiz could win more games. Like, could consistently lock certain corps out of their win condition. Like I think Moons could just beat that deck because Moons was so fast.
Yeah, you get a free Moons and like they lose.
Right, exactly. That they can't run, right? Because if they run, they're not comboing.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I mean, like they can make tweaks, like add clots, and then you do the weird tech game.
Yeah. Sure.
And I think the bigger thing is it's not so much for like skilled players who have a better chance of getting around that garbage, right? Or knowing what their outs are. It's that deck floating around the middle tables of Swiss, just like slaughtering people.
Right, because they literally make no runs, and then you're just like, this is stupid.
Right.
Look, you were at Canadian Nationals, right? That deck was live to be played. Did you see much of it?
I saw 0-0. Yeah, I was.
Everybody in Canada too nice to play that bullshit.
No, I think I talked with a bunch of the people at the top tables. We just don't think it was. We don't think it can beat Moons, right? That tournament was, can you beat Moons? Every single top table was Moons, right? And it was Moons with like CVSs and like. All this MCA, and it was just like, if you can't beat Moons, like, get out.
Yeah, for real. And now, like, Moon's stock has fallen a lot.
Yeah, it turns out Friends in High Places, and Clone Suffrage being gone, not being able to recur it ad nauseum makes it pretty.
Well, I mean,
pretty not godlike.
It's the same problem that prepaid, like when they MWL'd prepaid K, which I'm still very salty about. If they take away too many pieces, right? They took away food, Fairchild 3, which is key. Fairchild 3 makes that.
Yeah.
And,
I would agree with that. It lets you run 9 ice.
Yeah, exactly. And so if you can't run all. Also, ETF. ETF is everything.
ETF made that deck work. Like, even on like the builds that I've seen posts are just like a little too poor. It's by like ETF number of credits. It made a huge difference.
Yeah, that's the thing that a lot of people, I think myself included, if you didn't play that deck a lot, you are razor thin on credits to win the game against a good player. Like you needed every single credit off of the turtlebacks. You needed every single credit off of the off of your ETF. Like,
yeah, you have to maximize AALs.
Yeah,
like against like your tough matchups, like people aren't letting you do random ass bullshit the whole game and like crediting up forever and hiding agendas. It's like you have to score out of hand.
Right. Exactly. So,
and that cost 13 for the final one.
Yeah, I mean it's It always depends on what you have on the table, right? Like it could cost up to like 17 if you
if you want a triple biotic.
right. Yeah, it could be rough. But no, like like I think that's the saddest part of rotation for me right now is that currently Hasbaroid is in a state where you basically just run the CI and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, like this Barney Stinson, like, and all the clearance interaction is dumb. Like, I'm not a fan that like that's a thing.
I think VLC might be next on the chopping block. That card is just too good. Like
I think the problem is CI. Like that deck is like super bad if you can't like use your HQ as a buffer without any like credit denial in the game.
Okay, but this is the same with like you don't play Vandus in anything other than one Anarch, right?
You played in any
Just play
Anarch,
information sifting and get really good at flipping coins.
yeah, it's just like, well, I played for information sifting 50-50 every time. And then like
But
lose all my
sometimes
other
you win by
matchups.
13 agenda points on those pulls.
Yeah. At least we're not running the old winning system where it's number of points determines who's actually winning.
I've actually, Greg, thank you very much for having me on, but I actually got a dip because I got to go to work tomorrow.
All right, yeah, I think this is probably a good spot to wrap it up. Before we go, let me just we got a couple weeks, 2 weeks till Worlds. What is your prediction on faction to win Worlds? Corp and Runner.
I personally would love to see Shaper Wayland win.
Shaper Wayland.
Shaper Wayland.
Green and light green, baby.
Colin, you don't seem like you're into that one. You're brushing that one off?
I don't think Wayland has enough. I think like
ye of little faith.
And
Ye of little
in
faith.
Atlas, you're like way more of a dog than you expect.
So what's your pick?
Shaper Jinteki.
I think I'm going to go Shaper Jinteki also. What about you, Jason?
I might be spilling some hot fire right now,
Get
but
this
I honestly believe that the decks that are going to win are probably going to be coming out of Anarch and CI. I think CI. I haven't seen a lot of it, but that deck, I don't think people can discount the winning on turn 5 silliness of that deck.
True. Yeah, I could see that. I like how you don't even call it HB. It's just CI.
Well, the rest of the HP,
CLAID.
despite what maybe Justin might say about the silly Bayreuth one, like it's CI or bust.
Well,
Yeah,
I got a
I
super.
don't think it's quite good enough.
I got
I had a build that was strong in testing, but like you get like 16 credits off of like AOT and still lose.
I got a supercomputer in the other room crunching the numbers on Stronger Together, so we're gonna see if we can get that to print out some calculations before Worlds.
I think we had what? We had 4 people pick Shaper to win.
It's not gonna be Shaper now.
It's not going to be Shaper. We jinxed it.
Beat
Ruined.
Geist, the one like mini faction in Criminal.
Yeah, the criminal mini faction. It's like how Kit is like a criminal in Shaper.
I'm changing my vote to Anarch and Jinteki. All right.
No,
Well,
I think Satcom's going to be the MVP of Worlds 2017.
definitely. All right. So, any shout outs before we get out of here? Tom, you want to go first?
I just want to apologize for letting the state down. I couldn't do it.
It's okay. You played beat boops, so it's okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on, Tom. We
All right. Thanks for inviting me to the whole thing. Appreciate it.
yeah. Jason.
Shout out to Tom, man, bringing that Adam. He crushed me, even though I basically got a free counter pick. You played
Did you
Adam
take
last-
that?
Yeah,
Did you
I
take
did.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I
When
asked
saw
my
some-
testing
yeah.
group. I'm like, okay, what can beat Adam? Like, I just want to crush this guy.
Like,
And they're like, oh yeah, just play CTM. Like, he hard loses, and I'm the fool.
that's
So-
how strong the deck is, man.
Like, you. I mean, that's the great thing about Netrunner, right? Like, even if maybe statistically, hard counters happen, like. I honestly didn't practice that CTM very much, and it showed. And the better player won, in my opinion. So, shout outs to a great game.
That was a good game. Colin?
Yeah, good.
Shout outs to Texas. One of us will be fighting Jason in the finals.
Right.
So
All right, when are you guys playing?
I have no idea.
All right.
We'll figure it out.
Well, I might try to get if nobody streams it, I might try to get a recording of it and stream it later or something like that.
Yeah, we can make that work.
Yeah.
I'm pretty flexible.
Okay, cool. Dan?
Shout out to Dean. Went to where did he go?
Bali.
Bali. Came back, got super whipped at work and still hustled out a game. And they were intense games.
I didn't get to see him, but thanks, Dean. Appreciate that. Dan, you got anything?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just excited that Wayland's getting a lot more love. That's my shout out is for the Wayland Corp and for Adam. Anytime we've got Adam on camera beating somebody's ass, it's well worth my time.
Excellent. All right. Well, I just want to give a shout out to anyone watching, anyone that's creating content for Netrunner, anyone that's playing Netrunner, and especially all the people that are picking the game back up. And let's keep moving forward. And 2 more weeks to Worlds, so get hype. All right, everybody. Have a good
All
night.
right, guys. Have a good night.